Okay, this is a cultural centre in Ogoori City, and I come down here to buy cheap apples at the supermarket over there called Big. And there used to be a really nice second-hand store in that complex there, but it's gone, unfortunately. But there's a mini shop, rental and probably second-hand games and DVDs, books. A nice ramen restaurant, Rokkanoya over there, and a convenience store. The post office, which has got crafts being sold in little cubicles in the foyer, and this, which is the cultural centre, and it's free to enter. It's got a picture of a woman, a naked woman with a snake, which isn't the fall, but well, in a sense, it is the fall, perhaps, because it's called Hope, which is kind of like Pandora or something. I don't know. But snakes give us hope. And most of the cultural centre is forbidden for photography. However, there is a section on the second floor. Indeed, the second floor foyer has a sort of photo me apparatus for taking pictures of yourself in Japanese clothing. So, in other words, what the Japanese call cosplay, which is to play by wearing a costume and then take photos of yourself often, or not necessarily, but dress up as something. What we might call fancy dress. A little bit of a view over Ogoori. Uh, and here's the cosplay section. So it looks like it's only for children here. You can dress up as a train conductor or a train driver. Maybe, oh yes, and then you can shovel because there's an actual train parked very near here. So then afterwards you can dress up as a train driver and shovel coals into the D52 engine because that was the name of the train. And also wear the gloves, of course, which is diriga in Japan. And this area is got some not only children but possibly adults. Hold on, I'll just check this out. Yeah, I could dress up in drag. Um, yes, just about. No, it's a bit small for me, but it may help. But I won't. That is a kimono for dressing up in, like that. Like the lady has there with a mirror, and you can take your photo. And this exhibition area is the only hexagonal exhibition area, one of five, no, it's five or six, five, that is open for photography. Because rather than having artworks and things which are copyrighted, it has uh, artifacts from the past, artisanal implements, for instance, a plough, a sled of some sort, something for maybe breaking up the earth before you plant, another sort of planty, ploughy thing, some kind of, well, it says it's unsafe. What is it? It's a pedal powered, um, uh, getting this, what is it called? Threshing machine, pedal powered threshing machine. Um, don't know what that is. A weaving machine, presumably. Rice bales, um, a rice straw making machine, various hammers, clothing. Yes, people used to wear rice. They were called mino. And in the rain, instead of getting on your the North Face or Gore-Tex, you'd wear a rice straw sort of wearable umbrella, in a sense, or poncho. Uh, Rice straw footwear was popular until Bridgestone, the tyre manufacturer. It started off by putting rubber on the soles of Japanese foot socks, and that had a big impact because until that time, the Japanese, who have a propensity to put their uh, fecal matter into the rice fields as a form of fertilization, used to get quite a lot of parasites because there's a circle and they could if you go well these worms would crawl up there in through the soles of their feet and up to their brain and then maybe back into the rice field. Lots of artifacts from inside there. But anyway, Bridgeton rubber soled shoes that prevented that, so they became a rich manufacturer and started off a university, first of all, by investigating uh, worms that embed themselves in humans, what they call parasites, parasitic worms. But these are sort of items that might have been found in a farmhouse 100 years ago, approximately, like a chest of drawers, a fireplace, um, a another weaving machine. It looks like a spinning jenny, I think. Not that I see one. Or Japanese kind of fireplace again there, which you could move up and down freely because of the way the contraption there can move the pot up and down to allow for not burning your food. An abacus. I think we're allowed to, if I wasn't wearing my cycling shoes, I'd feel okay getting up on top of there. A sewing machine, a shrine over there with the sort of normal accoutrements which accompany shrines, such as the green sakaki evergreen plant next to the shrine. And, well, sort of all the explanations are in Japanese, but if you had Google Lens, I'm sure you'd be able to translate them into English or any other language you like. Lacquerware. Mm, So there, yes, just sort of dark, like a Japanese farmhouse might have been, and typical cutlery as was used in farmhouses in the past, and lots of explanations. Um, Perhaps it would benefit them to provide English explanations, but as you can see, there is zero visitors. I've never seen anyone go in or come out. um, it's one of those sort of boxes that Japanese governments build and hope that it'll sort of attract people, but then it doesn't, so they just keep it open so someone has a job. And that's about it. Come to sunny Yamaguchi and have a look at their cultural centre. The other exhibition rooms that I'm not allowed to photograph in feature local artists and poets. Um, who's that? I don't know, that gent over there, I don't know. But there's a lot of photography and stuff in there, so I'm not allowed to photograph in there. And this one here is paintings, which again are copyright, very decorative. You probably see it. Uh, so I won't go in there. And on the first floor, there's a bit about the famous poet, Santoka. There's two famous poets from Yamaguchi, Nakahara Chiya and Santoka. Santoka means fire on the mountain. He was a drunk, used to drink too much, and he'd wander around Japan drinking and writing rather amusing poetry, sort of a free-form haiku. And his exhibition room is in there. And it says it's him and his hut because there's just down the road there's a hut that he used to live in, and you can go in there freely, and no one's even observing it. It's unmanned, disused poet's hut, which you can enter and even dress up like him, I think, because there's clothing of his, like you can see in the photograph there, um, uh, inside that hut. So you can go and see where he lived too. And here you could sit and maybe read the newspapers, read the books, um, and maybe play or at least observe the model trains, uh, which explain what this city's train station looked like in the early 1960s, in 1960. It's not far from the bullet train station. And that's it. More naked women. Uh, Enough.